Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part 1 to a new what if I'm going to be doing. This is going to be what if Naruto had a seduction seal. So you might be wondering, this seems oddly familiar to something a similar what if YouTuber has actually done in the past, and that's because it is. What if Sensei has obviously done this video. You've most likely seen his channel and watched this video in specific if you're watching this video, but yeah. He did this video in the past, but he actually deleted it off his channel. So, as a way of taking up his pedestal, I guess you could say, and for the fact that I kind of have his permission to do this, you'll find that out in just a second. And basically everything like that, I figured, hey, might as well take up that mantle and make the video myself. So, with that being said, let's just get right into it. So, now for the explanation of exactly why What If Sensei gave me permission, he's going to start talking now.
It's What If Sensei here. I mean, you guys are probably like, oh shit, I thought you were never gonna fucking post this again. It's like, I'm not. You know, Naruto Uchiha 12 is. Boom, big brain powers. So as he introduced, we're doing the fucking Seduction Seal, remastered version, I guess you could say, or some shit. However it fucking works. So yeah, Naruto is, he's just fucking chilling in his bed, just dreaming, snoozing away. He was just working out his arm previously prior to him going to sleep. So, he was a little riled up in his dreams. He ends up seeing this beautiful fucking woman just walking past, and he's like, oh shit, she's just like got this goddess level beauty. Little does he know, she's a fucking goddess. Whoa! What? Who would have thought? She comes over to Naruto and touches his fucking cheeks. She's like, damn, you're kind of cute. He's like, what? She's like, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I'm beautiful, you're hot, we should bang. And he's just like, oh, I mean, if you're down. She's like, got him. So then she backs off. She basically just fucking touches him, and then he wakes up with a start. He's like, oh shit, it was fucking dream. Of course it's a dream. A loser like me is not gonna get a bad bitch like that. Little does he fucking know, as he looks down, he sees his arm fucking glowing with a bunch of, let's say, goo on his hand. It's a bodily fluid. I think you guys get the picture. So he's got this. He's just covering it. It's all over his fucking bed. Like, it's honestly just an ungodly amount. I mean, he's soaked in it. It's saturated smell. He's about to vomit, but he notices that his arm is just fucking glowing. What the fuck is this? He's thinking. So he clearly gets up. He's like trying to go to the fucking sink, wash it off. Both of it, including the fucking glowing. He's like, he doesn't know what the fuck it is. He's like, oh shit, is my cum radioactive? This shit's weird. As he walks out of the bathroom, he sees this lady, the one from his dream, sitting on his bed. Crisscross applesauce type shit. He's like, oh shit. Jumps back. He's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh shit, Naruto says as he quickly runs back into the bathroom, grabbing a towel. He starts trying to get all of this jizz off of himself, but to no avail. As Naruto continues trying to get all the jizz off of himself, it's just sopping wet at this point, dripping to the ground. Naruto realizes this is not going to work. Quickly tearing off all of his clothes, he jumps into the shower, just trying to wash it all off. As Naruto does this, he walks out of the shower, at least at this point sopping wet, but now with no jizz on him. As he walks out of the bathroom, trying to find a spare change of clothes, the girl still remains there on the bed, just sitting there looking at Naruto with a small smirk on her face now, as if she's about to break out laughing. Naruto realizes what she's about to do, and he's just like, he stops for a second. He's like, bitch, don't you fucking laugh at me. What the fuck is this shit? As he's like running around his house looking for a change of clothes. He does not have anything organized at this point. He just needs to find something to put on. He manages to find a few, pieces of random clothing lying around. Doesn't really match at all or anything, but it'll be good enough to cover up Naruto's, parts. He's looking at his hand now as it glows this pinkish purple color, and he's like, what the fuck is this shit? He's freaking out at this point. The girl would get up off the end of the bed and begin walking towards Naruto, touching his arm. The seal, or this weird pinkish purple thing on Naruto's arm, would resign away, and Naruto would be like, he'd finally calm down a little bit. Now, wanting to ask a few questions.
Alright. Naruto, he sits down, he's looking at this hottie. He's like, oh shit. So, I clearly got questions for this bitch. And he immediately starts, doing an onslaught of fucking questions. He's like, so what the fuck is this fucking thing on my arm? And how'd you just make it fucking disappear? And why'd I see you in my dreams? Was that even a dream? What the fuck was going on? You mind explaining it to me? She's like, Oh yeah. I got you. Just chill the fuck out. You talk a lot. I don't. I mean, I like that in a man and all, but like, take a chill pill. You know, you don't need to be so high up there. Maybe I should introduce you to some ninja meth. It really chills you down. I have a good provider. Honestly, you might like it. Narsha's like, hey, I already know what the fuck ninja meth is. I don't need any more of that. I've tried it once, got me really fucking crazy. I had a party, got laid, shit was lit. It was out of this world. I'm not into it. I got real skinny after that. So let's just explain it to me. She's like, all right, fine. I want you to be my husband. I think it would be wonderful. Now she's like, what? Whoa, lady, you're kidding me, right? I'm not into that thing. Honestly, I want to stay single, more of a bachelor type guy. Getting into a relationship does not fit my needs. Well, that's quite problematic. I gave you a power of love and anything just so you could be a proper husband for me in the future. I was looking through millions, if not billions, of people, and you were the one that I chose to possess this extraordinary power. So I'm not gonna let you go. You're going to fuck many women until you are good enough for me.
Naruto's like, yo, what the fuck? Chill out. Like, I just fucking met you. Like, not gonna lie, you're pretty hot, but like, bro, I'm only 18. The legal age of consent. So he's like, whoa, bro, like, not gonna lie, smash, but like, I just fucking met you, and like, I don't know if you know me or not, but like, I'm not the most trustworthy guy in the world. Like, have you seen me before? Like, I mean, I'm not the most trustworthy guy. Miss Aphrodite would actually introduce herself. She'd be like, well, I am the goddess Aphrodite, and I need a husband. Naruto's like, wait. Isn't Aphrodite supposed to be like a cheating whore, like always cheats on her husband? And Aphrodite's like, whoa, no, I'm not. I haven't been married. I haven't even lost my virginity yet, I'll have you know. Naruto's like, oh, that's pretty dope, but like, did I ask?
Oh, Aphrodite fucking cuts off, Naruto. She's like, hold on. Before, let me explain what's gonna happen here. I'm in control. The reason I want to give you these powers is because they're a trial of sorts. You see, I have to make sure you're fucking worthy to get with all this. As she points down, looking at her body, Naruto's thinking, he's like, oh shit, it makes sense, she's hot, and apparently she's a virgin, and that's top notch, but like, I mean, what the fuck does that have to do with me, he says, and she's like, well, let me get to that, don't fucking cut me off, you little bitch. I simply want to make sure you're worthy for this, just sexiness right here. And, I already looked at everyone else, so if you're not worthy, I'll just have to wait another fucking million years until someone is fucking worthy. So yeah, that's what I want to explain to you, and you're gonna be my boyfriend. Actually, no, husband, because you look pretty fucking hot. No homo or anything.
So Naruto's like, yo, what the fuck do you mean no homo? That's like a guy on guy term. She's like, oh, I heard that happening. Some people saying that up in the god realm. So I figured, hey, might as well bring it down here too. Naruto's like, you didn't fucking bring it down here. What the hell are you talking about? I already knew that term. She's like, well, I'm a god, so I'm the one that brought it here. And you will tell everybody that because I am a god. So Naruto's like, okay, well, can't really argue with that factoid. And so she's like, so in order to become my husband, you have to go through these trials, meaning that power on your arm will come at a cost. Naruto's like, what? What do you mean a cost? She's like, you have something I like to call conditions that are based upon your power. These conditions will limit you, mostly in terms of fighting. Make it so that you won't really have any way of fighting other than to use it through love and passion, and most importantly, seduction. This basically means you will not really be able to get into physical fights anymore. You will simply have to seduce people, and the seal on your arm will help out a lot with that. Those are going to be the conditions of your power. Naruto's like, well, what exactly does the power allow you to do? She looks at Naruto now. She stares deeply into his eyes, and she's like, bitch, you're gonna have to figure that out yourself.
So Aphrodite basically just goes poof and fucking disappears. Naruto's feeling a little dizzy and ends up falling to his fucking knees and then falls on his face. He's passed out. He ends up waking up now on the floor and he's like, oh shit, I got a fucking headache. God damn, I haven't felt this ever since I went drinking with Kiba and the boys. Damn. Oh shit, it's fucking school time. He quickly runs around, trying to frantically get dressed. He grabs what would be just a plain white t-shirt, grabs a black jacket, because since, his normal fucking jacket is covered in, that nuclear fucking jizz or whatever the fuck that is. Basically, just grabs his clothing and runs out of the house frantically. He's combing his hair down with his hands and fingers and shit, and eventually runs into the classroom panting. Oh shit, barely made it. Thank God. As he walks over to sit down next to what would be Sakura and Sasuke, he ends up hearing just Sakura begin to speak. Oh my God, it's Sasuke. You're so wonderful. I just can't believe it. I mean, you're so hot. I mean, do you think you could go out on a date with me? Sakura, how many times have I told you this? I don't want to go on dates with pink-haired girls, especially flat ones. If I were to go on a date with anyone, it would be Ino. Just look at her curvatures. But I'm not into that. I'm secretly gay for Naruto. Sasuke, you're so funny. Honestly, I just really love you. I mean, I think we should really go on a date. I know you don't think of me that way, but it would be wonderful. Oh, it's Naruto. Did you really just notice me get here? Naruto says. Well, I don't really make it my objective to look at guys like you. I mean, you guys are really nothing compared to Sasuke. I really only care about Sasuke. Bitch, can you shut the fuck up? Seriously, all you ever do is fucking talk multiple shit after shit after shit. Nacho says as he's holding his hand up in the blah 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 sign, just making it show lips flapping. Suddenly, Aphrodite appears in a transparent type thing, kind of similar to Casper the fucking ghost, except she's decided to be a little pushy. She pushes what would be a Sakura onto what would be Naruto. Naruto's chair immediately falls back, and Sakura falls onto Naruto. Their lips colliding.
As they're falling down and Naruto's lips make contact with Sakura's, he's getting freaking livid. He starts screaming. He's like, God fucking damn it. Why with this fucking bitch? As he lifts up his arm to wipe off the saliva that Sakura left on his face. But that's when he notices it. It's the purple, pink, weird seal thing came back on his arm. He curses Aphrodite silently inside of his head. And he's like, God fucking damn it. Why did you have to do that? Like, I literally watched you do that. Why did you? He's starting to get really irritated at this god. And he's like, you didn't have to do that. That was not necessarily. But then he looks down at Sakura there, sitting there on the floor. Just sitting there. Naruto's looking at her like, why the fuck does she look like that? She's not mad. She doesn't look mad, at least. Why is she just sitting there? She looks up at Naruto now. Yeah, she looks up at Naruto now. The crimson light actually shines in her eye a little bit before it goes back to its normal color. Naruto notices that, but he doesn't think much of it. Maybe it was just some weird lighting effect. But then Sakura starts talking differently to Naruto. Her personality seemed to take a complete shift, and he doesn't know why. Why is Sakura all of a sudden talking like this? She starts talking in more of like a drama queen accent. She's like, "Oh my God, Naruto! Like, what the fuck? What? You're actually kind of cute. Like, forget about Sasuke. I'm not really obsessed with him anymore. Like, God damn. Like, her personality completely changed, and Naruto's wondering why that happened. Why that's a thing. And Naruto's kind of confused by this. Looking at the seal on his arm, he realizes that this is the power that he has. This is the power that he needs to master, needs to control. Now, trying to figure out what those conditions were. What exactly was it that he did to make these conditions be set in? He needs to figure that out now. Naruto would then leave the academy that day. Now, with a new goal in mind. To try to figure out exactly what these conditions are in order to use his power.
Naruto, wanting to test out his newfound power, basically goes around trying it out on everyone. He goes around and sees this random lady and immediately tries to help her out. Maybe her lost cat, so he finds the cat and shakes her hand. He's like, oh, well, it was a pleasure doing business for you. Then he leads on and notices nothing happened with her. That's strange. Maybe it's only lip contact? So then he goes on to what would be another lady and just helps her by giving a hug. He's like, oh, well, it was nice seeing you again. After, maybe a few incidents of running into her. But after a week about trying this, he ends up going towards what would be the ramen shop and seeing, the lady or the girl. So as he goes there, he's not thinking about seducing or anything. He simply just wants to get some random food. And he's like, alright, hey, hook me up with the good fucking ramen. You know what I like, man. You make it all the time. Honestly, you're a baller. And the ramen guy looks at him. You're a baller. He's like, no, you're a baller. He's like, no, shut the fuck up. You're a baller. Naruto says, alright, fine. I guess I'm the baller. So he gives him Naruto some good fucking ramen. Naruto starts chowing down, all the way up until the point where he asks for a fresh drink. He's like, "Hey, yo, can I get a good drink?" So the ramen guy's, "Hey, can you go and get him a fucking drink?" He says to his daughter. She says, "Oh, I got Naruto." She walks around trying to give it to him, but she ends up slipping on what seems to be a fallen ice cube, falling forward all the way up until it knocks Naruto off the stool, and he ends up overturning, basically landing on top of her with his hand on her breast. This emulating a sort of seduction type feeling, making her immediately fall for him. And he immediately gets up and he's like, "I'm so sorry, I did not mean for that to happen." She's like, "Oh no, it was my fault." And honestly, it didn't really matter. Naruto realizes her clothes and his are just drenched in what would be the ramen juice. And the Tiyuchi, or whatever his name is, the fucking ramen guy, he's like, "Oh, Naruto, I'm sorry for my klutzy daughter. Here's what would be in a rag." And Naruto suddenly sees a fading figure pop out, and seems an arm just pushes the ramen man forward. And Naruto immediately knows what's about to happen. The ramen guy falls onto Naruto, his lips colliding. Naruto immediately pushes him off. "Motherfucker! Why do I keep kissing people? And a guy of all people now?" Suddenly he looks back and notices not only is the ramen guy's daughter blushing, looking at him, she's very haughty and jealous of the father. "Dad, why did you get to kiss Naruto? This is bullshit. I wanted to do that. It's not fucking fair." She starts getting emotional and begins to cry. Naruto is like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's like changing everyone's personality. And suddenly the ramen guy looks up at him and begins to rub his cheeks. "Oh my god, Naruto, I just can't believe you fucking kissed me. This is, Naruto, oh my god, I didn't realize I had feelings for you over these years. It's emulating in my body. I'm feeling so warm. I didn't even know I could feel this way ever since I met her mom." Naruto is just like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Naruto's like, yo, what the fuck? Why, guys too? Why does this power work on guys? He thinks to himself, and he's about to deny the ramen guy, and then he thinks, what if he didn't? What he could get free ramen. So Naruto looks back at the ramen guy, trying to formulate a few words in his head to try to make it sound good, yet sound so that he didn't have to do anything strange with him. He simply says, "I do not yet reciprocate these feelings for you, ramen guy. However, I do acknowledge them, and maybe I can reciprocate these feelings later on for the both of you." As he gets up to leave, as they both blush at Naruto behind him, and Naruto is thinking to himself, "Yes, free ramen. Now I don't have to worry about that anymore." So Naruto, he's walking out, and all of a sudden this absolute massive wave of freaking horniness just runs over Naruto completely, and he's just like, "Okay, I gotta go home and I gotta beat the Schmied." So Naruto starts running home. He's like literally at a sprint at this point, but as he's running, he looks over slightly to his right, and there he sees it. Someone he's seen throughout the village a little bit, but never has actually had any really amount of feelings for. It's Kurenai, and he's like, "Okay, damn, she has a nice fucking ass, like goddamn." So Naruto runs up at this point, not even thinking about his seduction powers, and not even thinking about testing them. He just like, this massive amount of horniness built up inside of him. As Naruto runs up, and his hand gets reeled back before slapping her ass. Naruto realizes what he just did, and he's like, "Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that." Kurenai turns around, blushing as she looks at Naruto. Naruto's like, "Oh shit, what did I just do?" As Kurenai's eyes go the glow with a slight crimson red, before once again going back to normal, feeling reminiscent of what had happened earlier as well. As this happened, Naruto realized what he just did, but then this wave of horniness once again would surge over him. He doesn't know why this is. He doesn't know why this is even happening. But he can't control himself anymore. He grabs Kurenai's hand, running her home, running her to his apartment, before they enter the bed, wondering what exactly they do next.
Naruto and Kurenai just finished doing the hanky-panky, and he sends her along on her way. She's walking out, she's holding her bra, and she's waving goodbye to Naruto, like, "Bye!" And Naruto's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck what did I just do?" As he looks down, realizing what truly happened as he gains his normal conscious back. He looks down, and he's like, "Oh fuck. I just had sex with Kurenai-sensei. How? I'm a fucking baller! As he goes and just gets up, and then he realizes there's someone waiting there. It seems to be Aphrodite. She looks over and she's like, oh hey, so I kind of forgot to tell you. Yeah, it comes with a consequence. The more people you seduce, basically the hornier you get, and it's at an exponential rate. The only way to cure this is for you to have sexual intercourse with a woman. Naruto's like, I can't just jerk off? Nah, that'll just actually increase the amount of time or how fast you receive this horniness. Naruto's like, wow, that's a really iffy fucking power. You're trying to torture me, aren't you? You're kind of a cuckold. You like to watch me fucking fuck other women? I guess you could say that, but the main reason is I'm into women myself. It opens up a whole world of possibilities.
Naruto, for some time now, has actually been building up this hypothesis in his head, and he kind of wants to confirm it. So, asking Aphrodite, he asks her, how exactly does this power work? It seems to have different effects of like how much I have to go with different women. I think it has something to do with their level of power, with how far I actually have to end up going with them. For example, Sakura is really weak. I only had to kiss her, whereas with Kurenai, I slapped her ass, and that seemed to be the breaking point of that. Aphrodite, we'd be looking at Naruto now. She's like, that could be possible. That's a reasonable hypothesis of what is going on. And Naruto's like, well, could you give me a straighter answer? Like, is that true? And she's like, well, I couldn't really tell you. Naruto's like, well, you're sure of help. And she's like, what would be the fun if I actually told you what the powers did? Good luck. Figure it out yourself, motherfucker.
So it was a Sunday, afternoon that whole incident or debacle happened, and Naruto just fucking fell asleep afterwards. He was like, "Fuck it, I don't have enough energy to deal with this shit." So he ends up going to sleep. He's like, "I'm just chilling." He wakes up in the morning. He has to get ready for school. Puts on just his new black clothing because he's like, ever since that whole fucking Neon Jizz, it was just radioactive type shit. The clothes have never been the same, just not the same. And honestly, I kind of like this new look. It's pretty chill. Ends up walking out, and he comes across what seems to be, or passes by what seems to be the ramen shop. He thought about going for what would be a quick bite to eat, but after the whole incident, he was like, I think I'll give it a day or two to gloss over. But he quickly notices that he's not alone. Two of them are following him. The ramen guy and his daughter. What is this? He thinks. He decides to ignore it. It's not like they could follow him into a school or anything. So he continues walking, and then quickly notices two more women appear behind him. Hey, are those the two women that I fucking hugged? No, those are the ones that I sniffed their hair. That's weird. Alright, whatever, I guess I'll let that go too. I mean, they're overage, they can't get into the school, it's not like they're ninja. He continues on, and eventually notices three more women there. He's like, I didn't even fucking look at those women, what the fuck? I don't even know them! I didn't touch them! It looks like they're just bandwagons, Naruto's thinking. Seeing the attention on me must have just drawn them in. Naruto continues walking and then, basically goes into the school. Sakura sees this entire group of women following him, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? You just can't stop it. That's my boyfriend right there. Like, you don't understand. Naruto's my man's. You don't make me go after you. I will wreck you. And all the women are starting to kind of just fight each other. Naruto's like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? Walks over, sits down, and Sasuke's like, having girl troubles? Naruto's like, that's an understatement. As he looks over and just kind of puts his head down on the table. Sasuke just begins to think to himself, man, Naruto, what will it take for you to truly love me? Naruto looks up and he wonders what Sasuke's thinking. Sasuke, what are you thinking? Oh, nothing, Naruto. I was just thinking that you're just a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know how you got so many women on your dick, but it's pretty fucking annoying. Naruto's like, same old Sasuke. And all the girls begin flaunting or just waiting outside it as Iruka Sensei pushes through and he closes the door saying, you guys can't get in here. This is a fucking school. Sakura sits down next to Naruto, basically flaunting or just staring at him with intense beams in her eyes. And Naruto's just like, what the fuck's going on? Why did Aphrodite have to do this? Why Sakura of all people? I just still can't comprehend it. The flattest bitch around. And basically it leads all the way up until the point where the women outside just get so flustered, they burst open the door, and they're about to run in all the way up until the point where Suddenly, footsteps, high heels, are walking down the hallway of a woman. It's Kurenai Sensei. She pushes past, and immediately everyone goes silent. After all, she's the cool beauty that is highly respected as a captain. Iruka Sensei's like, oh, did they send you to take care of this small group? Me? No, I can't get rid of them. That would make me none more than a fucking hypocrite. I'm here for the exact same reason they're here. She walks over to Naruto and, drags her finger across his chin, holding up his, or raising his head, and then kissing him, and all the girls immediately begin going wild. What the fuck is going on? Kurenai Sensei too? Iruka Sensei and all the guys are just shocked, and suddenly Sasuke is overtaken by this just immense, just over, like, feeling. He gets up and slams his chair onto the floor. What the fuck is going on? What are you doing, Kurenai Sensei? Naruto immediately mistakes this as a feeling of Sasuke just having feelings for Kurenai Sensei, along with the rest of the guys. But little does he know that Sasuke is mad that Kurenai Sensei is making out with Naruto, simply because he has a thing for Naruto. Maybe he's gay. Who knows? Who fucking cares? And that's it.
As all these girls would be flocking around Naruto, he realizes that he's gonna have to figure out some way to escape. There's too many of them surrounding him. Naruto would stand up, signal to Iruka Sensei that he was just going to go use the restroom. All the girls would begin following him. As all these girls would begin reaching towards the door, Naruto would he'd just quickly turn around as he leaps towards the window. Breaking through it as he goes, he'd begin running. He'd sprint all the way until he'd get to around the area of the woods. He'd be running through the woods, and he'd get as far from the village as he possibly could. As Naruto stopped running, he was huffing and puffing. He's getting really tired at this point. He's literally ran like miles at this point. Naruto would be really tired. And then he'd stop for a second, looking forward, as he sees a girl walking towards him with red hair. He recognizes her for a second. He's seen her once or twice in the village, and he remembers who she is. It's his cousin. He hasn't seen her in a while. She's lived in a pretty secluded village for a while, but she visits every once in a while. She hasn't really heard too much of the Nine Tails attack or anything of that sort as she runs forward, and she sees her cousin. As she runs forward towards Naruto, she leaps out and is about to give Naruto a hug, and Naruto's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, and she makes contact with Naruto as she hugs him. Naruto stands there, silent and still, realizing that this could either be really bad or nothing will happen as she might be too powerful. Naruto's thinking about this, and then it comes to reality. He pushes her away, trying to figure out what is happening, but then he sees it. That all too familiar sight that he's seen many times so far, as he sees that red crimson light shine in her eyes. Naruto curses to himself. Why did he have to have this power? Maybe it's not as good as he thought it was. And then she looks up at Naruto now, as her eyes once again turn back to the original color that they were. As she begins talking in a more drama queenish voice, and she's like, "You're kinda hot." And Naruto's like, "Not again. Why does this always happen to me?" And then this feeling starts overwhelming Naruto, as it starts slowly boggling away at his mind. It's a similar feeling to what he got after he seduced Kurenai. He realizes what is about to happen to him, and he knows he can't do anything to stop it, as his mind evolves or devolves into the level of horniness.
It's now the day of the graduation ceremony for Naruto and his, I guess, friends, you could say, or some shit like that. He's walking around, and he's been chosen to give the speech. Surprising or not, it seems he's gained so much popularity with the women in the class that, honestly, now he was voted into it. Most of the men kind of despise him, except for Sasuke. Sasuke seems to possess an ungodly amount of feelings for Naruto. Now Naruto sees it as despising him, but he doesn't understand. He's just kind of dense in that regard. But as he walks up in his gown, along with the rest of them, they all line up, and Naruto looks and scans the crowd, remembering every single one of these faces. He looks and sees the random women that just joined in, sees Kurenai Sensei and remembers the time he had intercourse. Then he sees what would be his cousin and remembers that time. The first time he saw her naked and realized that she had a beautiful body. He hates to admit it, but for some reason his cousin was fucking hot. Like some incest type shit, but he was fine with it. came down to it, he has to give a speech. He begins to slowly speak. Hello, everyone. It is, you know me as Naruto. I am not the most trustworthy nor most respected in the village. Well, it does seem that the ladies enjoy my presence. Nearly every single one I've talked to. All the ladies suddenly cheer. Naruto gets an ego boost, and he's taken over a little by the horniness. He's like, hey, I'm pretty sure I've fucked at least half of you here. Well, maybe not fucked, but I've definitely imagined it. They all begin to kind of blush and just look at Naruto and just god level, seeing him as like a god, a deity in their eyes. Naruto just, this ego boost is just too much for Naruto. He begins on, and all the guys are just sighing like, it's Naruto. This dude keeps taking all our fucking women, damn it. You know how many fucking times I've had a divorce because of this faggot? That's what they're thinking, at least. And Naruto just scans around and he begins to speak. Well, this may be the end, or end of my childhood, or my time in the academy. It is now my time to enter adulthood and become a proper ninja. And for all of you ladies out there, that means I can actually properly have sex with you now. Before, we were able to do it, but it just wasn't the same. Sleeping with an underage kid is just not the same as sleeping with a proper ninja. You just gain a little bit of a ego boost out of it, so be it. They all just give a little nod and they're like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right. We're gonna fuck you so hard. Naruto's, wait, what? You're gonna fuck me? So I'll just let it slide. He's like, but more or less, I've had a lot of fun at this academy in the past 2 months, I'd say. Most of it was pretty shitty, but in the past 2 months, I've had a very eventful life. And that is where I'm just going to leave it off. I hope you guys really enjoy my presence in this entire academy. I'll miss you, Yuruka Sensei. You just happy dog. And yeah.
So that's where I'm going to be leaving this part off. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Again, I'm really sorry for the absolutely massively short video this was. It was only like 4 times as long as a normal collab I have with What If Sensei. So I'm really sorry for how short that. No, yes, it was not short at all. But like, yeah. See you guys in the next part. Peace out, bye. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Yeah, faggots, if you don't fucking check out my channel, you're a little bitch. I will be under your bed tonight. You better make sure you go check out my fucking channel. I know a lot of you faggots actually might like it if I was under your bed. In that case, I won't be under your what? Yeah, in that case, I won't be under your bed tonight. You understand that? They call me Papa Chulo for a reason.